So a new year is upon us. Everyone is setting goals. Everyone is setting resolutions. Everyone is seeking clarity on what they seek to make happen in this upcoming year. How this new year will actually be different than the one that they've just lived right now. Okay, now the fact is that a lot of people set new year's resolutions, a lot of people set new year's goals, but they usually forget about these goals within 2 to 3 weeks of actually setting them. Okay, so in this video I'm going to give you my idiot proof guide to goal setting, all right, so that you can actually get your goals down onto one piece of paper like this one right here. Get it down to one piece of paper. I'll share this template with you, I'll walk through it with you. But the beauty of this is that when you have it on one piece of paper and you look at it every single day, then you are basically nourishing your awareness in your ideal vision. You are nourishing your attention and giving your attention to what it is that you actually value, what it is that you seek to make happen in this upcoming year. All right, and the more we can repeat this stuff to us, the more we can go on to habitualize the behaviors that will allow us to fulfill this vision that we seek to create. Okay, so when most people go about setting goals, when most people set about getting clarity in terms of what they want in this upcoming year, they really start at the first level of behavior change, which James Clear talks about being the outcome level of change. Okay, they focus on what it is that they want in terms of results. What results they want is what determines their goals, what their goals will be. Okay, they determine the destination at hand. Now that's great, all right. People talk about journey being more important than the destination, but the fact is that whatever journey that you set out on, it will have a destination which will determine where the journey unfolds. Okay, without the destination there is no journey. So both of these things go hand in hand, and without a destination in mind, you are just a leaf blowing in the wind. Okay, you are a ship without a sail, and this is why it's very important to get clear on what outcomes you seek to make happen in this upcoming year. But of course, a lot of people set outcomes but they forget about them 2 to 3 weeks later because they never went to the second level of behavior change, which is the process level that leads to the outcome. All right, so let's say that the outcome that you seek to accomplish is to lose 20 pounds. Yes, that's great to have that goal, but what is the behavior you will exhibit that will allow these 20 pounds to fall off as a byproduct of it? Okay, so getting clear on the processes that allow you to do so, whether that is, for example, setting the intention to go 16 hours without food and 8 hours with food every single day, implementing an intermittent fasting schedule within your day-to-day, or going to the gym 3 times per week, having a personal trainer holding you accountable 3 times per week, whatever the processes you can engage in to get that outcome as a result. Okay, because it's like two camps over here. One of them is like this manifesting law of attraction type, who are just like, I'm going to think about what I want, and that's great, but you actually have to do something about it, and that is where the second level of behavior change takes place, which is the level of processes. Okay, so then okay, it's great, all right, you might be taking a lot of action, you might be exhibiting a lot of behaviors, you might be using your willpower to go and do these things, but until we get to the deepest level of behavior change, as James Clear talks about, which is the identity level, then we will not be able to experience these true long-lasting results. Okay, so once we get clear on the outcome, once we get clear on the processes that go into making that outcome a reality, we have to really get to the core of who we are. All right, we set goals not to achieve the goals, but to become the type of people that will allow that goal to, okay, no, I misspoke there. So it's like, this is a quote from Jim Rohn, I think, who said that set the goal to make $1 million, not to make the $1 million, but to become the type of person that is capable of generating $1 million, right? So it's really about getting to that identity level change, that core level of who you are as a person, which is why we engage in this whole goal setting process in the first place, and how we can actually engage in the process and achieve true long lasting results because of it. Okay, so right now let's just dive into this one page sheet. You can get the template, I'll link out to it below, but this really gives clarity in terms of everything that you seek to accomplish in this upcoming year, and everything that you can actually do to remind yourself every single day to keep your vision front of mind. Okay, so here's this page right here. I'll read it out to you. I'll link out to it below as well, but it basically just starts at the top of the page with the 2020 vision. What is the ideal vision that you seek to make happen in this year? Okay, so for me, I'll just read it out to you right now, is that I wake up every single morning feeling energized, driven, and excited. I easily follow through with my morning routine, at the end of which I create a video on the ideas marinating in my mind that is edited and uploaded across my social media platforms by my team. So as you can see, I'm getting clear on what my vision is. I won't read it out too much. I'll just leave an example of it below. But then after the vision, I have my core values. Okay, because the fact is that our values drive our behavior, and if your behavior is not in alignment with your current values, actually that's impossible. Your behaviors will always be in alignment with your current values, but if your behavior is not in alignment with the outcomes that you seek to make happen, then you need a readjustment of your values. All right, so what are the values that you want to embody in this next year? What are those values of which the behaviors will be an automatic byproduct of? Okay, so for me, just 5 or 6 core values, write them down after a vision, which would be, for me, are freedom, discipline, mastery, impact, curiosity, and adventure. Reminding myself of these values every single day in the morning and every single night before I go to sleep will help me really get clear on what is important to me. Because if my behavior is not in alignment with what I deem valuable, actually it is always going to be valuable, but it's going to be a conflict between your mind and your body. Okay, so what we're doing over here is reprogramming our mind so that we can get our body onto the same level of our thinking as well, by just repeating it again and again and again. Okay, so we can end that conflict, end the tussle of reason and desire of how you feel and how you think, and just bring in alignment by basically marinating our awareness in our core values. Okay, then after the core values, I have my top 5 goals, and for me they are enrolling 500 clients into the program, getting 50,000 YouTube subscribers, getting proficient at the handstand, doing the full pancake stretch, and cultivating a loving romantic relationship. Okay, so those are my top 5 goals, and then the top 5 behaviors that will allow those goals to manifest as a byproduct of it. Okay, they call it lead and lag measures. The lead measures are what you are in charge of, what you can do. Like, I have no control on whether someone will actually subscribe to my YouTube channel or not, but what I can do is make daily videos every single day. Okay, so that's part of my behaviors. And in terms of enrolling 500 clients, I know that I can talk to about 6 people and get 1 person into the program. He ends up being a good fit, and that just basically means I have to do 2,500 calls over a year. That seems like a lot, but when you narrow it down, it's like 7 calls a day, and that is definitely doable. That's within my control. I can pay Facebook, I can pay YouTube, because I know I can pay a certain amount to generate a call, and that is what makes sense as well. So getting the top 5 goals, narrowing it down to the top 5 behaviors that will allow those goals to show up. So 5 minutes of handstand practice every single day, yoga at least 3 times per week, and attend at least 2 social events per week, which would open up the opportunity for me to talk to someone who is a potential romantic partner for me. Okay, and then at the end, it's just that there's a very famous book called Think and Grow Rich. It's probably the resource, the Bible of success, that is responsible for creating more millionaires and billionaires in history than ever before. So Napoleon Hill recommends that you write down the exact amount in dollar value that you intend on acquiring, and read that out to yourself every single day, along with what you intend on providing as a value for this, and then how you will plan on implementing the actions which will allow this to show up. All right, so I'll have that below for you, the complete template which I use for my 2020 goal setting. And if you just write it down in this one page, it really is, as the sirens will tell you, the idiot proof guide. Okay, you can remind yourself of this every single day so that you don't forget. You have it in front of you, you're reading it, and marinating your consciousness in what is important to you. Okay, so to you. Okay, so I hope that you actually do this stuff. I hope that you implement it. Like I said, I'll link out to the template below. Get access to it. You can just go make a copy of it if you want, and then just put in your own stuff and move from there. But from my heart to you, your heart to mine. What am I saying? From my heart to yours, I sincerely wish you a very happy new year. I hope that this year is one of clarity for you. Once you have clarity on what you want, it's just about showing up and paying that price for what you want every single day. And getting this one-page sheet done for yourself will definitely be a tool to empower you with the clarity to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel, to build that discipline and elevate your position in life and become the person that you were meant to be this year. Okay, stop delaying, implement this right now. You deserve it, you are worth it. So take the actions that will allow you to show up as the most capable version of yourselves, because everyone deserves to be free. Okay, everyone has it in them to create freedom in their lives, and everyone has it in them to cultivate their greatest gifts in greatest service to the world. Okay, so with all that being said, if you found this video valuable, click a bunch of the buttons below, subscribe if you want to subscribe. And with all that being said, this has been Saleem, and I'll see you in the next video.